What we do here is go back.
Now it's time to drive back home, and when I'm driving, my favorite thing to do is talking to this camera. It's my new favorite thing to do, actually. Things pop in my head and I just want to talk about it, so I figured if I have this time while I'm driving, why not do it then? Plus, it's fun to watch the people that pull up next to me look at me weird because I'm talking into a camera while I'm driving. I don't know. I figured they would think I'm just talking on a Bluetooth or something, but they still look at me kind of weird, so that's always entertaining. Why do you always want to eat the camera? You can't eat the camera. You can't eat the camera. No eating the camera. No. But today's topic, what I want to talk about is the people that say that the ball python market is dead or dying or the sky is falling or whatever this is going on. And we've been hearing this for years and years and years. And ever since I even started looking into ball pythons, it's always been dying and whatever. And the end is coming. It's not. First of all, relax. It's not. Here's what happens. The market isn't dying. Your marketing skills suck. Right? So that might sound blunt and mean and whatever, but it's true. If you're not able to sell your animals for a reasonable price, not saying that you can just kill it every time, but for a reasonable amount of money, in a reasonable amount of time, and reasonable, here's the thing, posting an animal up for sale and within 3 days dropping the price and then dropping it again 3 days later, that's not reasonable. You have to be patient. You have to wait until the right person for that animal comes along, sees your ad, likes your ad, so on and so forth. A lot of things have to fall into place for the animal to be sold. So when I say the market isn't falling apart, your marketing sucks, what I mean is this. A lot of people go ahead and spend a good amount of money, right? They buy beautiful animals, they raise them up, they spend all this time and effort and take this really good care of the animals, have beautiful, clean snake rooms or little facilities or whatever it might be. Everything is beautiful, right? Great. And they're really careful about what they feed them and how they care for them and all this stuff. Just really great, right? So, and then they make these really pretty animals. And then when it comes the moment of truth, right? The end part of it, which is when you actually sell the animal, because that's what you wanted to do. You wanted to breed some so you can make some, maybe hold some back and then sell the rest. And then it comes time for you to sell them. And after all that time and effort, you take a crappy picture, probably with a cell phone, not a good one, or a crappy point and shoot camera with horrible lighting, no decent background, no nothing. Just throw it on there and put it on Facebook and just say, oh, this is my blah, blah, blah snake, insert whatever, more for combo here, and asking $1,500 or best offer. That's it. And then you're mad that you can't sell the animal within 2 or 3 days when you took a crappy picture, have a crappy description, are giving no real reason why anybody should buy from you and not from the other thousands of people that are selling the same things that you are. And then you get mad and you start posting things about how the market is crashing. So again, the market is fine, your marketing is just horrible. If you spend all that time picking out the perfect animals to buy, racing them up, caring for them so well, breeding them, being nice, the whole thing, right? And then you make these beautiful babies and you actually do the right thing and wait for them to have their first few meals and shed and all that stuff, right? And then you go to post them. The least you can do is post not a decent, a beautiful picture or pictures of this animal showing, you know, what it really is, what it really looks like. Posting it in more than one place, not just throwing it on your Facebook wall and saying, oh, here it is, and if it didn't sell, you start dropping it, or just throwing it on Kingsnake or whatever. You know, that's not really marketing. So you have to take a really good picture of the animal. You have to have a really good description of the animal itself. How's it feeding? How's the feeding response, right? What does it weigh? Maybe a picture of the parents, so we can see how those grew up to look as adults, so that we can see that you're working with really good, high line, high quality animals. a decent background, you know, maybe a clean background or something. Doesn't have to be a white background every time, but just something that showcases that animal in particular. Some animals look better under a darker background. Some people like to take pictures in the tub itself. I don't like doing that, but you can, and if you do, just make sure that the tub, when you're taking this picture, is clean. Everything looks clean. There's not, you know, poop and urate all over the place. You want to make sure that it looks professional. And then market yourself. Offer something to the hobby other than just, I spent some money, bought some snakes, I made some, here it is for sale, someone please buy it for me. There's thousands of people that are selling it like that, so you're competing with a large pool of people that are doing the exact same thing. So again, why would I buy it from you? That's the marketing, right? I was very fortunate when I was selling animals, and everybody that knows me knows right now I'm not. I don't have anything for sale. I'm not even breeding my snakes because of different circumstances. But when I got very lucky. The reason why I got lucky was, well, I stumbled upon a way to market myself and my little breeder name, maballs.net, so that people would know who I was, get to know me at least, right? And then be able to trust me more because they knew me, and that was those videos that I started making. So that was my little angle. Everybody can find their angle. I'm not saying that video is going to work for everybody. It's just what worked for me. So by the time I was selling animals, people felt really familiar with me. They knew they could trust me. They believed they could trust me because they were used to seeing my face, hearing me talk. They felt closer to me. They felt the connection because of what I contributed to the hobby as a whole. You know, when I started doing those videos, they had nothing to do with me and my breeding name or any of that stuff. It was just something I really wanted to do. And then later on, I figured out, well, wait a minute. Every time I post one of these videos, Nerds sales went up, which was great, right? But then also, I started getting requests for people asking me about my stuff. So automatically just gave me that credibility. So find your angle. But you have to contribute to the hobby in a positive way so that people want to buy from you. Just being the cheapest guy and the guy that just tosses a picture up there and says it's for sale, that doesn't do anything. I mean, there's so many people doing that you can't really compete with that. It's almost impossible. Those are the people that are saying that the market is crashing, that the market is falling apart. You know, you have all these groups online on Facebook and every place else to classifieds for you to post your animal. Don't wake up on Monday, take a quick picture of one baby that you want to sell, looking like crap, really. You know, the thing maybe hasn't even shed, or it's in the middle of a shed, or has some stuck skin on it, whatever it is. Don't do that. And then go ahead and post it on every group that there is at the same time, and that's it. You know who's seeing that? The same exact people are seeing it, you know, 5, 6, 7 times in different classified groups at the same time. That doesn't work. So if you're going to post it on 5 different places, say you're going to post it on your website, which you should have one, on your own Facebook page, and then the rest are going to be classified groups on Facebook or classified websites, you know, like King Snake or any other places you want to sell them on. Don't do it all at the same exact time. So, okay, you wake up Monday, you say, okay, I'm going to sell this animal. Make sure that the animal looks good, that it's fed, the body looks healthy, looks good. Take a nice, clean, beautiful picture. Make sure it represents the animal properly. I'm not saying edit it on Photoshop so it looks way off from what it really is, but make it look as close to real life as it really looks, right? So do that. Write up a proper description of the animal. This is my 102 gram, blah, 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 whatever it is. Included are 2 pictures of the parents of the animal. So this is what they look like as adults, and this is the combo. And I mean, just an explanation. I've been doing this for this amount of time. I give this kind of guarantee on my animals. Here's my phone number. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them for you. All these different things, right? So they have a proper description, a way to communicate with you, and invite people to ask you questions about the animal that you're selling. Whether it's $100 or $10,000. You want to be able to answer questions to your potential client. So that's one thing. And then when I say not to post it on the same place, so on Monday, post it on 1 or 2 places, right? Tuesday or Wednesday, post it on a couple more, and so on and so forth, so that different people see them at different times. Don't do it all at 8 o'clock in the morning and then be done with it. You know, maybe do one at 8 when you wake up on Monday and decide you want to put them up for sale. And then on Tuesday, 2 other places, maybe in the afternoon when people get out of work and they have a chance to see it, so they actually has a fair shot at selling. Follow this, I'm telling you, it will work. do something for the hobby so that you stand out, so people know who you are and you're actually contributing. You're just a naysayer or a negative Nancy all the time. Do something positive to contribute. What that is, I don't know. Come up with it. That's your own thing to work on. I'm not going to give you, like, I don't have all the answers. Obviously, I don't know. I just know that there's different angles to do it. The other one, take beautiful, proper pictures of your animals. Third, make a proper description. Be thorough as much as possible. And then offer your information so people can reach out and actually invite them to ask you questions so that they know that you'll be there before, during, and after the sale for support. That's really important. I can buy any kind of morph from almost anybody. I mean, there's so many people that have all these different things. It's really easy to choose where you're going to buy them. So the way that you come across in your ads, the way that you respond and all those things is what's going to make me want to go from one person to the next, or make me choose who I'm going to buy from. So those are the things that are really important. So just keep that in mind. When you hear people talking about the market crashing and all that stuff, it's really not. Those people just have the marketing ability. And so they can't sell their animals. They get desperate, start dropping the prices, and that's it. You know, this whole, here's the price of the animal with a crappy picture, right? And then here's the price, and then they put or best offer right after that. No, not or best offer. This is the amount of money that I believe, after all the time and effort I put into this animal, into buying the proper high quality parents for it to make it, this is what I got, this is what I believe it's worth, this is what it's going to sell for. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't negotiate the price within a reasonable amount of money, within a reasonable margin. You have to do that, obviously. That's just part of doing business. You will have to negotiate from time to time. But one, you should price your animal in a realistic way. That's number one. Okay? And the other one, negotiate within a reasonable margin. It doesn't mean that I'm going to say it was $1,500 and you're going to tell me $1,000 and I'll say, okay, that's not reasonable. But if you were to tell me, look, I got $1,400 right now, that's what I'm able to afford. I really love the animal. I love the way you presented it. All these things are great. But what I have is $1,400 for $100. I'm not losing that deal. That's not happening. I'm going to sell you the animal. You know, don't offend me and offer me $1,000. That's just rude. But if you're reasonable, I'll be happy to work with you. And you should all be happy to work with people that way. But when you put on an ad, this is my price or best offer, you know, that you're just inviting people to lowball you, because their best offer could be $500. And you invited that. You said or best offer. Or best offer by when? From who? What's the timeline for it? You know, it doesn't make any sense, really. This is the price. If you're really interested, contact me. Maybe we can work on something. Let's say you've bought animals from me in the past already. Okay, well, you know what? I'll give you 10% off my animal because you're a repeat customer. That's reasonable, right? You can do that. Or you know what? I'll give you 7% off my animals because you're a new client and I want you to keep coming back to me. So new client, this amount of percentage off. That's reasonable and that's realistic. Why not? You can't just discount the animal for the sake of discounting because you're desperate. There has to be a reason for it. You have to add and build value to why you're going to discount this animal, or else it just means that you don't really believe that the price that you put on it is what it's really worth. So just think about that. That's something to really keep in mind. When you're going to sell that animal, consider all the things that you're doing wrong that you could be doing right, so that it actually sells for a reasonable amount of money within a reasonable amount of time. And that's basically it. That's what I want to talk about right now. This is the new channel for me for reptile stuff, so please make sure you subscribe, share, like it, all that stuff you got to do. I'll be posting these rants, conversations, I guess, at least once a week. I'll make sure to do that. And anything else that I come up with when I visit other reptile breeders, I'll do videos there. When I go to shows, I'll try to do videos there. They'll all be posted on this channel, so make sure that you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Whew. So if you ever wonder why Dominicans are usually so good at baseball, let me show you the trick that we use. We do this after school, during school, all day. You play what's called vitilla, and this is what you use right here. Good job. Like that. So you gotta hit this guy, this guy with a broomstick. If you can do that, baseball looks like a beach ball every time.